What's up, world? RC Richie, first ever live. Please be easy on me. But yeah, I had to do it. SCX30. At first, I thought I wanted the blue until I got the gray in my hand. And to me, that gray just looks better. Hopefully, we'll have some people popping in here. But if not, we're just going to do it for some practice. Yeah, there was one at the hobby shop that I was able to have in my hand. And I gotta say, man, this thing is gonna be pretty cool. It feels and articulates like an upgraded chassis. So, you know, right away we're going to see if this thing can handle Mount Richmore. I think it'll be able to do some of the lines. Definitely not all of them. Get your usual stuff, the manual, very small stickers. SCX30 slip sheet, servo saver. Diagram for that. There we go, starting to get some people. Hello, hello. What's up, y'all? Anybody? Hopefully I'm doing everything right with my phone. Let me see here. All right, what we got here? One of the main reasons I think the Bronco has an advantage is because it comes with these sliders versus the JLU doesn't. So right away, if you want to do something aftermarket, you can. Let's show you that real quick. Again, this is an unofficial unboxing. You want all the specs. plenty of other channels that are doing it and did it. It's pretty cool that it comes with these little plugs. If you want to remove any of your hardware, like if you want to remove the rack, it comes with these little filler plugs. Same color as the body. That's pretty cool. Got some more wheel nuts, because we know we're going to need some of those. These things are so small. And then this is everything I'm talking about. So we have an extra sliders that are blank. So now you can put your own electronics on those if you was to upgrade. And a small little wrench. A couple other things in here too. Got our batteries. You know what? I'm thinking I could switch protocol. Not switch protocol, but I can tap into this one. Because I believe it's all fly sky. We'll try that in a little bit though. Okay. So we got the manual. Let's just open this real quick. See what it says. Get all this stuff out of the way. Man, this thing is small. Just to be in comparison, if you guys know my shorty builds, wow. Talking about parts runner, I could put this on the back of that. Of blueprint. Pretty small. Wow. Well, like I said, man, look at the flex on this thing. And straight up out the box, there's still a couple more positions that we can move the shocks to probably gain some more articulation. But once we do that, I'm sure we're going to start getting into some rubbing. If we're not getting in rubbing already, which looks like we probably are going to be rubbing right there. That's at full flex. Probably going to have to trim that up. But all right, let's just look at this manual real quick. Again, this is my first live. Welcome. I know there's nobody here. Just talking to myself, which is I normally do anyway when I'm filming. So we got an exploded view diagram of all the parts on here. And as you can see, man, this body is pretty detailed. Has a lot of little components on it. Door handles, fender trim. Yeah, it's a lot. But we do have a working tire in the rear. These tires feel pretty good, man. This Mickey Thompson's. I don't know if, let me see if we can get this lighting better. There we go. Yeah, they're pretty sticky. It's a nice size. I need to still, did I not? Put my phone on vibrate. Okay. Get that out the way. We got our stickers. SCX24. Quick start guide. So yeah, it's a little tricky at first when you don't know how to open up the body, but they just show you real quick. You want to pull up and then slide it back. There's a little notch in the back. What else we got in here? Is this it? Remove the body, blah, blah, blah. Okay, the usual. And here, I just want to see if any of these parts they have that it comes with, shows you the sliders. Okay. Get that out the way. Just open this bad boy up. Okay. There she is. I don't have the biggest hands and not the smallest. Yeah, it's small. I'm sure the battery has somewhat of a charge on here. Let's power it up. Would help if I put the batteries in, Rich. Hey, there we go. First live, I'm dropping batteries. Can't tell you how many times I drop stuff on this floor. And me like a nut, I'm always going to look for it. 9 times out of 10 I find it though. Let's make sure we have this right. Positive. Okay. So the button didn't click. Dude, what are you doing? Like, I ain't coming to that guy's channel, man. He doesn't even know how to put batteries in. What is he doing? What is going on here? Am I tripping? Positive, right? So that means positive has to be at the top. All right. Negative. Negative. There we go. I don't know what I was doing. All right. Yeah, man, this thing is small. Even to get this little plug in here, definitely got to use your fingernail. Pretty small. All right, we on. Make sure we on 100. Steering rate is all the way up. That's straight. All right, let's just take a weight of his body real quick, just to see how much it weighs. Definitely has some weight to it. Definitely with this tire in the back. See, we got the full spare. Looks pretty cool. Got the little hitch mount. Yeah, the details on this thing is sick though. Definitely gonna take these stickers off. You know me. But all right, let's see what that body weighs. So the body alone is weighing 39 grams, 40 grams. See the lights are integrated. And just looking at this frame already, you can see we still have a couple more. There's 2 more holes in the rear for adjustment, for more angle. And in the front, we have 2 as well. One in the same row and then one further up. But yeah, we're going to test it out straight up out the box, just in this form. And then from there, we'll start playing around. But just by looking at it alone, looking at some places we could add some weight to it. And this servo is tiny. SCX112. You know what? I'm not sure if this is the same exact servo that comes in the Mojave Grom. It might be smaller. I don't know. It seems it's got to be smaller. All right, let's see. So yeah, here goes a little notch right here. And there's a tongue inside the body. Just got to make sure that's in there like that. Push forward. Clips down. But yeah, like I was saying, we even have, wow, okay. What is that? Little orange lens, almost like I thought it was a little turn signal lens, an extra lens. All right, let's get these aside. Got my weights ready just in case. This log pile looks massive. My regular SCX24s have a power problem with this thing, high centering. I doubt it's not going to do anything with this thing, but let's see. Okay, that front bumper. This is a bad obstacle for it. This ain't good. Hey, our first obstacle. All right, let's not play around too much. Let's get this thing over to Mount Richmore. As you heard me talk about before on the channel, man, that 88 turn is plenty of motor for a normal SCX24. So I don't even think you even need to upgrade this thing, but you know, obviously we are gonna upgrade them and put brushless motors into them. But I'm sure it's probably not necessary. Let's see how much side hill we can get going on. Mm-hmm. But yeah, not bad, not bad. All right, let's get over to Mount Richmore and see what kind of lines we can do. Got you guys on a tripod. I don't know how I can do this. Let me see so I can see in the shot. Yeah, you can see that, right? Even these landscaping rocks are pretty cool for it. Look at that. The guy already got. The ESC reminds me of the V1. Let's see if we can make this. What do you think? Is it gonna make it? All right, we're gonna have to take cliffhanger up. Definitely need some weight. Hey, made it up the first line. Cliffhanger. This is just hard to see. Let me see. Is this the way on camera? Oh, I can zoom out too. Like I said, this is my first time doing this. Let me see. Pinching the screen. This thing is pretty cool. It's definitely pretty capable. I don't know how that Red Cat one was, but I'm sure this is definitely smaller Let's see how it does going down this boomerang. It's hard to get it in the shot. Guess I don't know what I'm doing, you know? There we go. All right, this is very steep for this. This is the boomerang line. That's a good modulation right there. Ooh, that's nice. Can it traverse the gap? Hey. Heading over to Bedrock Bay. Still nobody in here. It's all good. It's my very first live. What's up, people? Give a thumbs up, please. Double tap your screen. Hey. No problem for these big rocks. These are some big rocks. Man. That's pretty cool. All right, let's see if we can make it up TP. We're gonna go across TP and up to Boardwalk. Hey, there we go. That's our first tip over. Not bad. Let's try that again. This is a pretty tricky dip right here. I'm gonna try to let's try to come up higher. Hey. All right, I'm gonna have to try a different approach. I'm gonna have to go a little slower and then go right through here again. This is where we need a little bit of more weight. Hey, there we go. Hold on. Hey. There we go. I got a thumbs up. Thank you. Wow, this thing is pretty decent, man. All right, let's head on up through Boardwalk Empire. This is pretty steep right here alone for this. Let's see. I'm trying to make sure that this is always in a shot. Let's see here. Oh, wait, I'm just looking at the comments now. Bucket list, what's going on, buddy? How you like it? Yeah, I'm loving it so far, man. This thing is pretty capable. I'm not even joking. I just went through Bedrock Bay. There's some big rocks in there. And it definitely went through them. I couldn't help myself. I have the JLU on the way, but I just gave it a try, and a local hobby shop had them. Try to get this in better. Excuse my camera angle, guys. This is going to be a pretty tricky line for this. We could definitely use some weight. Got my hand all jammed up. You know what? Let's try the left side. Now with this small little vehicle, we're going to have to figure out new lines. So it's definitely going to make it fun for anybody who has a course out here. And it's going to make it presenting to find different lines for you. So the same old boring stuff is definitely going to be a lot more challenging now. Like this. This is going to be a good goal. So let's get past that. I look big on camera right there, right? Let's see if this climb, we can do this climb. Oh yeah. You know, these popsicle sticks can be pretty slippery. Hey, one more successful line. See that? You know what? Maybe I'm doing it this way so I can see the list. Yeah, the Bronco came out first. That was how the pre-order was going to be. Bronco was coming out. Whoops. Where are we? Yeah, the Bronco was dropping, I believe, the 20th, and then JLU is December 20th, man. And I couldn't wait that long. I'm gonna flip the camera around, guys, so I'm not gonna be able to look at the comments, but I'll pop back in. Not a lot of people on here anyway. Please give a thumbs up if you are in here. All right, let's see what we can do here now. Give you guys some better shots. It's my first live. Trying to work the camera. Okay. Much better. All right, let's see if we can go down through Waldo over here. Could definitely use some more steering. we go, another line. Plenty of power. Little high centering there. Hey, second rollover. Still not that bad. Ooh, third rollover. All right, that's a bad spot right there. Yeah, we definitely put some weight in that front over that axle. It's definitely going to help out. These tires are pretty decent though. Come on. As you can see, it's definitely going to easily roll over. And, I mean, these are big rocks, very sharp. Again, you forget, you're so used to driving a certain way with your other vehicles. I gotta remember. Okay, there we go. Thanks, Joey. This is always a tricky line for all the other vehicles. It's very slippery, but this is probably going to be a perfect one for this thing. Fits right in here. Hey! That would definitely be a death. It's definitely whiny. But if you're used to SCX24s, you know. Still my favorite is the V1 ESC. Let's take it on up Halo. Yeah, we gotta put some weight on this bad boy. Let's see if we can make this descend. This is pretty steep. Dude, I can't believe it's not even. Watch that dip. Wow. Okay. Now you tell me this not thing is not pretty capable. See how steep that was? All right, now let's see if we can hit this line again. I'm gonna keep on running this till the battery runs out. Yeah, this is pretty steep right here. I definitely think with some weight in that front, I should do a quick experiment and I'm gonna tap a wheel weight on that front. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely pretty light. Let me see if I can put something on this front real quick. See right here, the top. Perfect spot to put a weight right there. It's a little high, but it's definitely better than putting on top of the servo. If you put it on top of the servo, you're not gonna have room when it compresses right there. So let me just throw a little weight on here real quick. See if that gets any even better. Got my hot glue ready. It's just 7 grams right there. Let's see if this body goes on, no problem. Yep, got it on. Let's see if that helps a little bit. This is super steep though. I'm just being greedy. Oh, come on. Did you guys see that? All right, let's try again. Nope. All right. So that's definitely going to be a goal, is to hit that serpentine right there. Sorry guys, I'm playing around with this camera. What's up, people? Joey, cool course, brother. Thank you. They're small to even. Let's see if I feel too small. Good size and speed. Yeah, this is just small. This is definitely don't recommend this to be your first micro crawler. Definitely should get to an SCX24 or all the other platforms. But I knew when this was coming out and I saw the design, and I'm more so proud that Axio actually redesigned something. And I think this design is going to transfer over into the SCX24. Some forms of it, something. The new skid, high clearance links, already factory, plastic. Pretty much this whole design right here, I'm sure they're going to transfer it over to the SCX24. I think they're just waiting to see the market for this and how many people bite on it. All right, I don't know why I said I was going to do it. I just did the same exact thing. Sorry, guys. Let's hit the serpentine again. I'm sorry, this is cliffhanger line. Not all my lines, not all the lines have names. This is definitely, get some side hilling going on though. All right, let's take it up to Dark Ridge. Yeah, this, if your course at home, whatever you have, is going to be perfect for these things. Yeah, you can tell how much grip these tires have just by that move right there. These tires are pretty grippy. See if we can make it back over here across. This thing is so small, should be able to make it across this ridge here and back down halo. Hey, that's cool. Ooh. Hasn't been many, but that's another tumble. This thing descends pretty good, man. Has no issues with that. I'm sure it'll do better even once we throw some kind of gears in there. It's a tricky little line. No. Definitely don't want to drop this off the table, but it is what it is. Let me stand over here. Hey. How can we prevent it from not flopping over like that? Whew. Putting it in a bad spot, that's what I'm doing. Come on, Rich. All right, here we go. Just turn uphill, see what it can do. Able to do that, no problem. Hey. Let's see if we can make it up to Suicide Ridge. Steep on that right side. Yep. Yeah, we definitely need more steering. But it's small, but it's not as small as you think. So far, it's pretty capable. You can see that skid right there. You can see the underneath the belly. Nice angle. Let's see if we can hit these rocks over here. These are some big rocks over here. Get a better angle. You're definitely gonna have approach problems, you know, obviously. This thing being so small. There we go. Head on over to Devil's Tower. See how she does over here. See how long this battery lasts. We're gonna go straight for the rip and go right up Geronimo. Dude, this thing. Start that again. Oh, here we go. Got a dead battery finally. I didn't charge it up. Get back over to the lab. Give you my thoughts. Okay, I'm back. What's up, people? So a couple people tuning in. But yeah, man, my final thoughts of this thing. The battery just died. I did not charge it up. Let's turn this off. I gotta say, man, this thing is pretty capable. It definitely has potential. I definitely think there's gonna be a big market for it. I had a lot of fun right now. And it was not even super capable. And I had plenty of fun. But man, these tires feel pretty good, man. They feel like I don't know, like the Patagonias. Let's get this battery out real quick. But yeah, it seems like that little magnet, the weight I put up here, that definitely helped out. That's about 7 grams. I don't know where else we could probably put it at. We could probably do it. You can probably glue something on these axles. Yeah. Right in here. You could probably get something on those axles. See the light blinking? And like I said, it's tight. It's definitely tight to get your plug in and out of there. These straps are pretty cool. They even have wire management, little clips right here to tuck your wires in. That's pretty cool. Reminds me of Arma. Arma and Losi, what they're doing. Obviously, it's the same company, Horizon Hobby. But yeah, it definitely gives you that feel of like the Losi, the Mojaves, that kind of feel. Yeah, we definitely got some cool articulation there though. Got the higher clearance links in the rear. Nice bend too. Perfect to go with this axle. And this thing feels so smooth. Let me see, do I have any? I don't have any scrapes on it right now. It's definitely a cool plastic. Very slippery. I don't know if it's Delrin or not, but awesome design though. Love the design. Love the layout. I mean, you can see how flexy this thing is. But yeah, I got some wheels for this. I do have some I got some Patagonias. Let me grab some things real quick. Um, man, Grogu. I thought this body was gonna be good. Goes to show you how big this thing is. That's ridiculous. I guess we can't use that body. Next body I was thinking about was this one. Now this body I thought was gonna be good. And this body might be still too big. Jeez. Maybe some big old tires. Some 1.0s. Maybe it could work. But now that body's going to be too big. Moving on. I picked up something else to play around with. It looks like this body's going to be too big as well. That might be the closest. I don't know. Could definitely keep the interior. Some big old wheels. What you think? Little mini Rubicon. So yeah, all these bodies. This thing is small. That's my whole point. Is my speculation for these models bodies, and they're definitely small. You need to get something very small. But let me get this on the charger. one person in here. Who's that? I don't know. But if anybody's in here right now, 2 people. Let me grab these wheels real quick. Right here. Okay, yep, here we go. Yeah, he definitely look bigger than that. This thing got a little wonky in here. Guess it was pushed up to one side. These are RC 4-wheel drive, 0.7 Patagonias. Is it fun? Oh yeah, a lot of fun. Charging up the battery right now. I didn't charge it when I first opened it. But yeah, these are RC 4-wheel drive B-Lock 0.7s. Definitely bigger. That'll be a big improvement. You definitely gonna have to cut out them wheel wells. But these are glued on, I believe, right? Probably so. Let's see if I can get one of these off. And then here goes the other Patagonia. And I got this one mounted on the that drift wheel, which it might be the same key. You can see how much bigger that is too. That's even bigger. It's a bigger rim. Let me see something here. Definitely some smaller tools. You're going to need some precision tools. Hopefully I have. I believe I do. What is it, a 4? I think I used this size before for the 128 drift truck. .5. Yeah, they're small. Are they much cheaper to upgrade? I'm not sure how much the upgrades are going to be for this thing. But at the end of the day, man, you know, upgrades are anywhere from 10, 20 bucks. I'm sure it's going to be no different. Yeah, that's never the problem. It's just, you know, once you start getting all these 10 to 20 buck upgrades, it adds up very quick. But it's part of the hobby. There we go. Is that it? Feels a little weird though. Do we have to use the damn pliers on these? Call it a day. What size is this one? Yeah, we might be better off just I don't know. That's it right there, maybe. Yep. What size that is, but I don't know if everything's in the right spot. But 3.8, I don't know if that's even accurate. So, okay, yeah, it is that square. It's still that square hex. just like these wheels, I believe. Yeah, let's just check real quick. These fit. Seems like the hole's not big enough for these. Maybe I could open them up some more. It's like a little rectangular hole. But these don't fit either. It's like a deer. It's when I first got these, it's a weird hex as well. I don't understand how they even work. It's like a pin. The SCX24 normally doesn't, it's a pretty wide axle. So I don't understand how these even work. But yeah, we're going to hang on to these. These are definitely going to be an improvement though. These are definitely much bigger. Look at that. That's, and this is a 0.7. So I don't even know what these things are. Seems like the same size. Trying to get the calipers out. Don't mind me, yo. I'm all over the place. Doing my first live. How long I've been on here? Hour and 14. No, there's nobody in here. What's up, Richie? Nothing stock 83. What's up, man? How's it going? This little thing. It's like a 33. Yeah, no, they all. This is a 0.7 wheel. It's definitely a 0.7 rim, but we're talking about a very small tire. The stock is probably 11 millimeters wide and like a 33. Yeah. 33 by 11. And this right here is, I think these are 42s, yeah. The Patagonia 0.7s are 42. I think it's probably going to be a very good tire for it. You're probably going to want to stay around, I don't know, probably 40, 42. This is maybe by 15. And that's going to be big. Let's see what that would look like. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, that doesn't even fit, but check that out. That'll definitely give you a lot more ride height. That's a 42. We definitely gonna have to cut out that whole wheel well though. But you know, this is gonna have to happen. You want to get better ground clearance. Yeah, I wish I can take these wheels right off though. This is definitely yeah, I can see the glue. You can see the glue kind of shining on here. These are glued on. Oh, this could be add weight though. Yeah, you got to make sure it keys right in. Yeah, wow, this thing is small. But again, if you're used to working on SCX24s, there's a certain amount of frustration that comes along with it. And everybody knows. Definitely guaranteed to drop something. You're gonna get frustrated when your bits, your screws keep on falling off. It'll definitely improve your dexterity though. Eye and hand coordination. It's one thing about me, I love to work with my hands. That's just what I like to do. Axial glue is light enough to use a hair dryer to remove the tires. Okay, good to know. It's funny that you say that, man. Right when I went to the hobby store today, this guy was just talking about, I don't know, trying to save some tires, and the guy was telling him, yeah, by the time you try to get the glue off of them, you're gonna beat the tires all up. And I was like, yeah, you know, I've seen some YouTube videos where people boil them, do the acetone, but I think he was talking about the acetone would eat up the tire. But you said use a hair dryer, huh? Okay, I need to try that. I think also too, if I could just break the bead, go around and just pull away from it a little bit, shouldn't tear into it, but I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, we definitely need some precision tools to work on this. This was like a computer kit that I got. I love this little kit. Comes with everything. I actually picked this kit up when I started working on the 128th. Probably bought that one back in, I don't know, before 23. But yeah, I'm just so amazed how flexy this thing is, man. This thing's amazing. To be like this out of the box. Like I said, if SCX24 start coming out just like this, man, it's not like they have any problems, you know, with their market. But man, it would just blow up even more. They would get so many more people buying, I guess, ready to runs instead of building them. But again, you know, they have no problems. I'm just talking over here. But yeah, these tires, man, they definitely gonna be cool. But yeah, I don't know about mounting these. Like I said, these are weird. Hopefully they have some adapters for this. But I don't understand why I can't use these. Need to play around with it more. I wonder if we should change the shock position now. I didn't hear any rubbing. It's weird too. Maybe you could probably, yeah, I could probably use a different battery in here as well. Actually, the battery might give you some weight. Might be adding some weight. You could put the battery up front. That's not going to clear though. It'll be like something in here. That's a big battery though. You know what? Let me just see real quick. Who else we got over here? Heading into town. See you later, Richie. Yup. See you later, buddy. Thanks for stopping in. Let's see if this works. I'm going to try to bind to this ready to runs that come with all the other remotes. This is definitely a Fly Sky. And I just saw a video on 2FM. And he was talking about another controller that binds up to the protocols of the receiver of these. And this is what I used one of these for all those little small ones, those little square ones. But yeah, let's see if this works. Let's turn this on. Nope. Not for that. Maybe it was something else. Jimbo! What's up, Jimbo? I saw that video. I need that controller. Yep. Yeah, I saw that too. I wish I would have saw that earlier. That was one of the reasons why I went to a Fly Sky. The GT5, because all those little square box receivers, I thought it was going to hook up to the Fly Sky, and it didn't. Hate having all these remotes, and I definitely don't like the SLT2. But yeah, this is a big battery here. Definitely going to add some weight to it. Let's see. Let's see if we can get it to even fit. Oh yeah. She's in there. All right, how much time is left here? The ESC is out of my original 718. I got to do something, okay? What was I doing here? Okay, sorry, checking my battery life. Got plenty. All right, let's head back over to Mount Richmore. Hit a couple more lines. Got a bit bigger battery in here. I know this is not going to run out anytime soon. You know what? Let's see if we can get some stuff in here. All right. We all know this is the trickiest line I have over here is the A-frame. Let's see how she does. Just need a little more wheel speed. Come on. Burn them tires in. Come on. Hey, come on. Hey, come on. SCX30 up to A-frame, no way. You guys are not believing? Come on, man. That thing just made it up to A-frame. I cannot believe it. Stop. I have stock rigs that can't do that. This little thing. Yeah, this thing tickles me, man. Oh, no. Yeah, it'll definitely tumble pretty easily, though. Once it gets it off side camber like that. I don't know what we can do to improve that. Maybe a stiffer spring, but yeah, this thing descends. I don't know if you saw it earlier, Jimbo, but this thing descends so good. I was actually shocked with no overdrive or underdrive. And it made it down the A-frame. That's pretty steep. Let's see what it does here. Doing some experimenting today. I added some concrete on here. Doing a little mixture of Mod Podge and some concrete mix. Trying to get some more grip and texture. This is a tricky descent right here, though. I know she's gonna flip forward. Let's see here. Not bad, though. Let's hit these rocks again. I don't know why this doesn't go any smaller, but yeah, it's pretty. You would think like some of these big rocks would stump it, but it's pretty good. Definitely has problems with the approach, but yeah, it's no problem. That's a pretty high one right there. High centered on that. But it's a new learning, and you gotta learn how to drive it now. See, this might be too much for this one. Little bump, and then that happens. But again, with the bigger tires, we're definitely gonna solve that problem. But yeah, I am super impressed. That's a sick line. Let's see if it can pull this up. What? Yeah, definitely. Plenty of power. 88 turn again. You know me, I'm a big fan of the 88 turn. I'm going to be the biggest. Yeah, these tires are nice, man. They're grippy. First time I've seen it ready to run with some good tires. Have we made it up this yet? Yeah, we went down. Okay. This is a boomerang. This is pretty steep. Let's see. All right, Jimbo. Thanks for stopping in, brother. Be safe. Not bad. Man, so far as not many lines this thing pretty much can handle. You know what? I haven't tried Humpback Mountain yet. It's funny, something that small. It's high centering on. Yeah, this thing is small. Yeah, you definitely gotta learn how to drive it though. Ooh, saved by the sky. That's a tricky little dip right here. There's several dips in here, and that's actually the way I did it. When I cut all this out, it's tricky. Not making excuses, but it's tricky. No need for me to make excuses though, you know? All right, let's see. Hey! We gotta stay on the outside line for right now. Another line. What do we think? What do we think? Does it have it? I think so. No problem. Hey. Excuse me. Kicking my tripod around. Yeah, we definitely need to get some more weight on this thing, man. It's not it is too light. Jeez. This could probably benefit some, I'm sure somebody's making them. Some axles. Metal, aluminum. Definitely give us some nice weight down low. I think they would look pretty slick too, man. That'd be nice. Ooh! It scares me when things fall on that end. It falls off the table. All right, let's see if we can get this climb right now. Let's see if we can get a better angle over here. Can you see that? All right, let's see here. Our first attempt up Humpback Mountain. And some more weight. Come on, little dude. Nope. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's gonna make that. We definitely, I don't think it's a traction thing. It's probably definitely a weight thing. Let's see if we can make this side here over here. Nope. Let's see if we can take the escalator up. No. All right. So that's a no-go. Get it up the Devil's Tower, no problem. High centering. That's pretty tricky climb right there. Let's hit the left side. Hey, caught it, guys. It's a pretty high drop. And go all the way to the left. Yay, there it is. Yeah, I knew this was going to be tricky for this thing. Stand over here just in case. That's a bad start. I don't know what you guys can see. Hold on, let me just flip this camera around. This is Geronimo. It's a doozy right there. Ooh. Yeah, we definitely. Yeah, maybe some springs might help out with this situation right here. Ooh. We got our first drop. Body flew off. These are pretty durable though. Make sure we didn't break anything. Okay. Okay. Oh man, it's a cool little line. I think I can do it. Ooh. All right, 3 tries. No, doesn't look like it's gonna happen. All right, let's do this last line in here. Wow, nice. Did that with no problem. Now that the SCX30 is here, we might have to make some improvements. But I think we just got to find the lines. All right, it's going on 2 hours, man. Time just flew. But this thing is pretty capable. I love it. It's gonna fall. All right, we just gotta hit the side hill then. No! Just flipping, I just got saved by that wood over there. A little too far for me to reach. Okay. Let's come on up to the Waldo, and then we're gonna end this live. I know I didn't get a lot of people in here for my first live. Oh man, that went up that nice. Dude, this might be a nice, cool little line for this thing. Oh man, that was cool. That was a nice line. Let me hit that again. Then we're gonna end this video. All right, people. Thank you for those that's tuned in. It's my first live. Hopefully, I'll be doing some other ones. But yep, thank you for my unofficial unboxing, SCX30. Deuces.